Okay guys, so I'm at my doctor's office. I'm gonna go see him and ask him those 8 questions that you gotta ask before you try to conceive, I guess. Let's see how it goes. Hi guys, I'm back again, and as usual I have my tea and I got my phone for the questions because this video is going to be the answers to the 8 questions you should ask your family doctor. There's a garbage truck coming by. So noisy. Hold on. This video is a follow-up to the 8 questions you should ask your family doctor. So, last week I went to my doctor to ask him about, when we're trying to conceive, what does it mean, what do we do, that kind of thing. So, here are the answers. Question number 1 was, do I need to worry about any of my family's hereditary illnesses, that kind of thing? In my family, only high blood pressure seems to be, I don't know if it's hereditary, but everyone seems to have it. My parents, I think my mom might have it, like early signs of it. My grandparents have it, and some other family members have it as well. Calvin and I just sort of chalk it up to, I think it's just our Chinese diet that might be affecting, our health. But anyways, doctor said no need to worry for me because I don't have it, so it'll be fine. About my ovarian cysts, from like 5-6 years ago, he said it's totally normal, it's fine, it's very normal for women of childbearing age to have it, so I didn't need to worry about it too much. Okay, moving on to question number 2. It was, how long should it take me to get pregnant? I am 25, and my doctor really told me, why are you worrying? You're 25, why do you need to be worried? I'm like, well, in case we aren't able to conceive, maybe. And he's like, okay, that's fine. He said, average 1 year. If after a year we haven't conceived yet, then we should definitely go see him or see a specialist about why we can't. He said mostly, don't worry too much about it. I mean, you're young, just enjoy the time and let's see what happens. Because Calvin and I are trying to conceive, but we're not like one of those couples where we're like, we need to have kids now. We're kind of flexible. We just go with God's timing pretty much. Whatever he says goes, we'll have a kid. Food or drinks I need to avoid. Oh, this was a really good one. So I asked about, well, obviously alcohol is not good, guys, so don't be drinking any or trying to drink any, or even a little bit. I have this analogy. Pastor Daryl Croker taught this to us when we were taking Willingdon School of the Bible. So this sort of goes with any kind of rule or temptations. Some of you know what I mean, right? So it's like you're driving on the ledge. Here is the ledge, okay? Here is the mountainside. Here is the cliff that drops off. When you ask, how much alcohol can I have during pregnancy? It's like saying, how close can I drive to the edge before I fall off? Why would you do that? Why don't you just come on this side where it's a lot safer instead? So, with that being said, no alcohol. And also, for me, it'll be the same with coffee. The studies are not really, what's the word? Is it definitive? On how much coffee someone can have, because it's not like they run these tests with control. They don't have pregnant woman A and pregnant woman B and they have them go through pregnancy at the same time and have one person only drink water or no coffee and abstain from it and have the other one just drink coffee. That would be very unethical. So a lot of the studies are retroactive? Yeah. Ooh, goodness sneeze. Excuse me. So yeah, these tests are done retroactively with women that have miscarriages. So doctors will, or scientists will, or researchers will ask these women that have miscarriages, oh, how much coffee did you drink? And then they sort of aggregate all these numbers and come up with this sort of rule or guideline that 1 cup of coffee a day is okay. I personally am not a big coffee drinker to begin with anyways. I drink it once in a while. Only really for flavor, never because I'm so tired. I usually just resort to my Earl Grey tea instead. So, yeah. So, I think you do your research, you figure out what works for you. I'm just going to stay away from coffee and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. But I did ask, can I have Mai Ta, Hong Kong style milk tea, because I love that bubble tea. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. It's just tea. I'm like, okay, just making sure. You never know what they put in it sometimes. But I wouldn't get the Hong Kong style, what was it, coffee, where it's a half coffee, half tea, that kind of thing. Don't really like it anyways. Question number, where am I? 4. When should I take a pregnancy test? If my periods are regular, he would say a few days after a missed period, because they have those really advanced pee on a stick tests now, so a few days after. But like I said earlier, if you do have irregular periods, it just means you might want to wait a little bit longer past your expected period date, because you never know when it's really supposed to. So wait a few days. Question number 5 was, do I need to take any prenatal vitamins or any kind of supplements at all while I'm trying to conceive? Because obviously you take prenatal vitamins when you are pregnant to, make sure your body's getting all the good nutrients it needs for your healthy baby. So this one my doctor told me to get this. You guys see that all right? That says folic acid, and they are 1 milligram tablets. He recommended me to take these, and he said actually to take these 3 months prior to conception, at least. So that means if you are planning to have kids in the near future, start taking these 3 months in advance. He said I don't need to worry too much. So what this does, as it says on the label, helps prevent neural tube defects when taken prior to becoming pregnant and during early pregnancy. So what it does is, here's what my doctor told me. If you don't have enough folic acid when the baby's developing in the early weeks and just the first trimester, there could be some complications. Without enough folic acid, so when their spine is forming, so there's nerves inside your spine, so when it's forming, if there's not enough folic acid, the bone won't grow on top of the nerves, which means it will be exposed, and that could cause a lot of complications, nerve damage, and all that stuff that you don't really want to worry about. So get enough folic acid, either take tablets just once a day, or have a lot of fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables are very high in folic acid. I already eat a lot of fruits and veggies, but this is more just for good measure for me, just in case I have those days where I don't. Just good to be safe, and it doesn't really hurt anyways. So that's that one. Oh yeah, and afterwards, any prenatal vitamin is okay. He doesn't have a specific brand to recommend. Mostly he's not a specialist, so he said to go to the pharmacy and talk to a pharmacist about it. Question number 6. Do I need to find an OBGYN? Or do I continue seeing my doctor? So my doctor is my family doctor. I guess you would say he's more a generalist, not a specialist though. So he doesn't specialize in pregnancy or this kind of stuff. So he did say that he won't be able, I wouldn't see him anymore when I do get pregnant, but instead to find a prenatal clinic in my area, which is good, because if you watch my last video, he lives really far away. He lives about 50 minutes, and there isn't that much traffic when I drive, so 50 minutes is kind of long. So yeah, there's one in every, what do you say? Not every district, it sounds like Hunger Games, but in every part of the Lower Mainland. So there's one for Tri-Cities, one for Burnaby, one for Vancouver, probably 2 for Vancouver, it's so big, and then North Van, Richmond, those kind of things. So I'll just look it up when I get there. I think for me, number 7, can I keep working out as I regularly do? In case you didn't watch the previous video, which I'll link here. I do not very intense workouts like I used to do in Sandy, but I don't really do it anymore. Just, not really fun, not my workout goals. So I do a lot of Blogilates, and I do a lot of her high intensity interval training routines, which involve some jumping and a lot of intense movements in a short amount of time, and then followed by some rest. My doctor said that should be okay, but I might want to be a little bit careful. He said obviously don't go skydiving, horseback riding, or anything that is actually very vigorous that causes your body to shake and move a lot and shake vigorously, because what happens is, here's a little bit of bio lesson guys if you haven't learned it yet. I don't have a picture, maybe I should get one soon. Anyways, pretty much got your uterus, ovaries over here. So what happens when you are trying to conceive? The egg is not released yet, it's still sitting in your ovaries, or the ovum will be technical here, and then the sperm has to swim all the way up to it, implant, and then the and then the ovum will go and move out through the ovaries into the uterus and implant into the uterine walls. Yeah, there's the adjective for it. Uterine walls. So in that time when it's attaching, it takes a little bit of time, but if you're shaking and horseback riding and going dun 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 a lot, there's a possibility that it might fall off because it's not very secure yet. It takes a little bit of time for it to secure on and not fall off. It's just sort of in the first few weeks of pregnancy. So I'm going to be a bit more careful when I choose my workouts now, not too much jumping and intense cardio. I will probably do more strength training instead then, just to be safe, because I don't really know. And then lastly, my mom and my friends' theories on when's the best time to get pregnant. So this ties back to my, second question on how long it should take me to get pregnant. Because, as I've said before, just to reinstate if you haven't realized already, Kelva and I are on the younger side of people wanting to become parents. I mean, most people wait until they're late 20s, maybe men early 30s kind of thing, which is fine. It's all their kind of thing, but we wanted to be parents early. So our doctor said because we are young, we really should not stress out about, oh no, I want to have a baby, because it's a natural thing. We don't want to force it, and the more you force it and try, the more you try and make an effort to get pregnant, like you're consciously thinking about it and saying, oh, we need to get pregnant now. Let's be honest, the sex is probably not as enjoyable, and it's a little bit stressful, and you might feel a bit of pressure as well too. So he said, forget about the theories. As long as you're having regular intercourse without any birth control, condoms and whatnot, you will conceive in due time. No need to stress out about it. Because my parents and my friends told me about, take your body temperature, check your discharge kind of thing, and doctor's like, yeah, you can, but you're not in a rush to have kids. You're not mid-30s and freaking out about your expired eggs kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, we'll just do it as usual, and we will see what happens. So those are the 8 questions that my family doctor answered for me. They may be your 8 questions or maybe not, but really don't just go off of my answers. Definitely go see your doctor yourself, get their expertise, get their wisdom as well. Just trust your family doctor kind of thing. So thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time. Who knows what the next video will be. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you're curious to see more of our journey into parenthood. Bye guys!